Our first one is y varies directly as x. This is number 12 on the classwork. Y varies directly as x. So if y equals 10 when x equals 5, you need to find out what y is when x equals 8. So the first thing we do is we recognize what type of variation we're using, because that type of variation is going to tell us which formula to use. Well, since y is varying directly as x, we're going to use direct variation. Direct variation. And if we want to look at the formula, that's going to be y equals k times x. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm using the right formula for the right variation. And this time we're using direct. Then it's going to tell us our initial information, or what to plug in first. So it tells us that y equals 10 and x equals 5. So I'm going to let y be 10 and I'm going to let x be 5. So I get 10 equals k times 5. Now what I want to do is I want to figure out what k is. To get k by itself, since I'm multiplying k by 5 here, I'm going to have to divide both sides by 5. And what that's going to do is that's going to get rid of the 5's over here on the right side. And then on the left side, I have 10 divided by 5, and that's going to give us 2. So now we know what k is. K is going to equal 2. And that's going to help us in the second part of the problem. Because after it gives us that initial information, it gives us one last bit of information to go from. It wants us to find y when x equals 8. So I'm going to underline x equals 8. So when I do my formula again, I'm going to keep my formula the same from last time. I'm going to use the same formula, y equals k times x. But this time, I'm going to let x be 8. I'm going to let x be 8. So x is going to be 8, and then k is going to be 2. K is going to be 2. We figured that out in the first half of the problem. So now we have 2 times 8, which is going to give us 16. And that's going to be our answer.